Hi guys, my name is Moti from Athletic Cult, and today I'm going to show you a 15-minute warm-up before your handstand practice. Stay tuned. So what's different about warm-up for handstands other than just a regular warm-up? When we focus and practice handstands, our wrists and shoulders and spine has a lot of pressure and a lot of weight they have to carry. And if we practice handstand daily, then eventually this pressure could swell up and create injuries. So the warm-up for the handstands is extremely important, especially if you're practicing it on a regular basis. I'm gonna start with a 6 pose. Start moving the weight back and forth. Beginning, it's gonna be very slow. My hands are straight, my elbows are straight, my fingers are wide. It's like I'm grabbing the floor and the fingers are really engaged. I'm not collapsing into the fingers. After the fingers are engaged and the elbows are straight, I'm starting to push from the shoulders. At the beginning, I'm just warming up, rounding up the spine and the shoulders. Adding to the shoulders, I'm adding the spine. Back and forth, back and forth. Releasing the wrists. Always I'm checking and feeling how my wrists react and continue. Every point in this warm-up, if I'm not sure, I can always go back and feel the wrists, see that the pressure is not too high. When I push hard enough, I notice that the knees can go up. So I push, knees go up, and I go back in a wave. We'll do this 5 to 10 times. And release slowly. I'll take my fingers forward, take my gaze forward, open the scapula, open the shoulders, while lowering the tailbone down, elongating the spine, elongating the neck. This is some sort of an active child's pose. And back to 6, and back to lifting the knees. From here I can start walking back and forth. We'll take the left leg towards the arm and open the hips and back. And the right leg towards the hand and open the knees and back. Rounding the shoulders, rounding the spine. The other side, also rounding the shoulders. Doing circles with the knees, doing circles with the tailbone. And slowly moving forward and going down to a squat. I'm gonna be in an active down squat. In an active squat, if I can be only here, that's also good. If I can go lower, I start pushing with the elbow, with the knee, pushing and warming up the hip joints. I try not to collapse with my neck, but to have long spine and long neck. And back to 6 pose. Again, warming up the shoulders, expanding my range of motion in the wrists. I'm gonna take my hands, turn them outside and release the tension that was created. Going side to side and release. From here, we'll go into a short downward facing dog or a triangle pose. Still, I'm going to be active and moving and less static because this is the warm-up. I'm trying to open up the shoulders, tail goes straight up, navel in, pushing the shoulders towards the ears. If the hamstring again is not flexible enough, then I can just bend the knees. It's not the issue. It's really not an issue at the beginning. And go back to 4 and continue with moving all on 4. Really small, but really controlled, right? So I can do leg and arm together, leg and arm together. I can go sideways, back, and releasing. And again, every time I'm going back to the wrists and shoulders, feeling that I'm not overstretching, not creating too much tension on the wrists, right? I'm going to go to a low lunge and start opening up the hip. I want to take the tailbone down while elongating the lower back and elongating the entire spine all the way to the neck. So knee wants to go down while crown wants to go up. And the other side. Right, so tail goes in, neck goes up. And I'm really in control here. Yeah. Again, the other side, but now I'm going to raise one arm and try to push the shoulder higher. So I'm not collapsing, I'm taking tailbone down and opening up the shoulder. And the other side. Knee 90 degrees, shoulder is open. Not like this, not like this. I want to really elongate. Almost like I'm hanging up. Nice. And releasing a little bit. Legs, hands. I'm gonna slowly walk forward with straight hands. So at the beginning it's really small, and that's it. And then I walk towards my legs, and again towards my legs, and towards my hands. If I can touch my arms, that's great. If not, I can touch with the knee That's also good. And if I can put my hands and then take the leg between the hands, that's great. Hands, knee, toes, leg between the hands. Knee, toes, leg between the hands. Let's do it in reverse. Knee, toes, and back. Knee, toes, and back. And from here, I'm gonna continue opening up the hip. Both hands are going down while the hip wants to stay closed. Long neck. And being in control shows that I can go down with closed hips, and maybe even the elbows can go down. Maybe I can lift my arms. And other side. I start with the knee below. I notice that I bring back the hips, the pelvis, trying to straighten the pelvis. Tuck in the toes, moving a little bit, finding my proper position. Maybe I can take down the elbows. And maybe I can take off the arms. It's quite similar to Humble Warrior, which is Warrior 4. One last thing before we're going to start, to finish our handstand warm-up, is opening the sides, the rib cage. So one hand goes down, one hand goes up. And if I can, straighten the knees. While I do it, I'm imagining an imaginary wall behind me. So I'm not collapsing, I'm not shifting, I'm really trying to stay as close to the wall as I can. And I can actually do it with this wall. So my arm opens up, my other arm opens, rib cage starts to get open, lifting the knees, going as much as I can, and back, not from here, but from the side, in control, and to the other side again. Right hand goes down, gaze up into the fingers. Great, so that's approximately a 10-15 minute warm-up before we're starting to practice our daily handstands. Thanks a lot, see you next time.